God said, I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have, my friend. Listen to me closely, because what I'm about to speak is not a casual encouragement. It is a prophetic declaration. And it is meant for the person who has been underestimated, overlooked, discarded, dismissed, and counted out by people who never knew the whole story of your life. You have endured words that tried to shrink you, judgments that tried to define you, predictions that tried to limit you, and opinions that tried to crush your belief in yourself. But today, heaven interrupts your life with a simple yet powerful announcement. I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have. Let that truth find its way past your hurt, your doubts, your disappointments, and your memories of what people said. Let it reach the deepest part of you, the part that remembers how painful it was to be told you couldn't, you wouldn't, you shouldn't, or that you would never make it. Because God has come to reverse every word spoken against your destiny. You have been fighting battles that were never fair, battling environments that didn't support you, battling voices that didn't believe in you, battling systems that didn't include you, battling circumstances that didn't favor you, battling your own fear, your own insecurity, your own inner critic. And yet, despite all of it, you are still here, still standing, still believing, still pressing, still hoping, still moving. That alone is evidence that heaven has always been on your side. Because if people had the power to stop you, you would have been stopped long ago. But they didn't, and they never will. Because the future God designed for you is stronger than any prediction made against you. Let me speak directly to the places where you were wounded by words. Some people spoke out of ignorance. Some spoke out of jealousy. Some spoke out of fear. Some spoke out of insecurity. And some spoke because they saw your potential but lacked the humility to acknowledge it. People often label what they don't understand. They criticize what they fear. They minimize what threatens them. And they reject what they can't control. They didn't see who you were becoming. They only saw who you were. And they assumed your past defined your destiny. But God said, I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have. That means God is about to disrupt every expectation placed on your life by people who never knew your calling. God is about to override every limitation spoken by people who never knew your anointing. God is about to reveal the truth of your identity, not the assumptions of others' opinions. God is about to put something in your hands that proves every voice of doubt wrong. Hear me, the words spoken against you were not stronger than the purpose spoken over you. What they said could not cancel what God planned. What they predicted could not override what God promised. What they believed about you could not erase who God created you to be. People talked, but heaven decided, and heaven is now saying, I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have. Some said you would never rise because of where you came from. Some said you would never succeed because of what you lacked. Some said you would never heal because of what you went through. Some said you would never change because they only knew the old version of you. Some said you would never be chosen because they didn't see your value. Some said you would never be loved because they projected their own brokenness onto you. Some said you would never build anything meaningful because they did not understand your vision. Some said you would never recover because they assumed your breakdown was permanent. But God is stepping into that narrative with a holy interruption. I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have. For too long, you have carried the weight of others' opinions. Their words shaped your fears. Their doubts shaped your hesitation. Their judgments shaped your insecurities. You tried to convince them. You tried to prove them wrong. You tried to earn their approval. But this is the season where God says, I don't need them to approve what I have ordained. I don't need them to agree with what I'm about to do. I don't need them to validate what I've placed inside you. I alone will give you what they said you'd never have. And hear this, when God gives you what others said you'd never have, He does it in a way that is undeniable. He makes it so visible, so evident, so remarkable, that even your critics cannot deny His hand on your life. Not to humiliate them, but to demonstrate His authority, because your breakthrough is not about proving people wrong. It is about proving God right. The reason some people doubted you wasn't because you lacked ability, it was because they lacked vision. You were too unique for their expectations, too gifted for their comfort, too called for their limited perspective. They couldn't see what heaven wrote about you. They couldn't see the fire inside you. They couldn't see the greatness growing beneath the surface. They couldn't see the depth of your strength. They couldn't see the endurance of your faith. They couldn't see the resilience of your spirit. And because they couldn't see it, they spoke against it. But God saw everything. Every moment you stayed faithful. Every prayer you whispered through tears. Every battle you fought in silence. Every sacrifice you made without applause. Every time you kept going when quitting would have been easier. Every time you held on when you felt unseen. Every time you believed again after disappointment. And God says, I am about to reward you in front of the very circumstances that tried to break you. You are stepping into a season that will shock even you. A season where what was withheld will be released. A season where what was delayed will be delivered. A season where what was stolen will be restored. A season where what was denied will be provided. A season where what was predicted against you will be overturned. God is about to give you access where you were excluded. God is about to give you opportunity where you were rejected. God is about to give you honor where you were dismissed. God is about to give you favor where you were overlooked. God is about to give you strength where you were weakened. God is about to give you joy where you were broken. God is about to give you clarity where you were confused. God is about to give you identity where you were diminished. God is about to give you peace where you were tormented. God is about to give you blessing where you were burdened. This is not ordinary restoration, it is divine reversal. God is reversing what was spoken over you, rewriting what was assumed about you, restoring what was stolen from you, rebuilding what was broken around you, renewing what was dying within you, and revealing what He placed inside you since the beginning. You are not stepping into a small blessing. You are stepping into something undeniable. Something that makes people turn their heads. Something that announces your destiny. Something that reveals heaven's fingerprints. Something that cannot be attributed to luck, chance, or coincidence. Something that has God's signature on it. God said, I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have. Because the time of proving yourself to people is over. You no longer need permission to be who you are. You no longer need validation to step into your calling. You no longer need acceptance to walk into your future. God Himself is about to place something in your life that makes your purpose undeniable. And hear me, when God gives, he doesn't give halfway. He doesn't give partially. He doesn't give reluctantly. He gives abundantly. He gives purposefully. He gives strategically. He gives in a way that sets you up for generational impact. What he is about to give you is not just for you, it is for the people connected to you, the future waiting for you, the calling placed inside you, and the legacy rising through you. There are some blessings God couldn't give you before because the wrong people were watching. They would have taken credit for it. They would have tried to claim ownership of your progress. They would have tried to manipulate the outcome. So God waited until the room cleared. He waited until the voices who spoke against you were out of position. He waited until your heart healed. He waited until your character matured. He waited until your mindset elevated. He waited until you could receive the blessing without compromising your identity. And now heaven is saying, you are ready. Ready for the door, ready for the breakthrough, ready for the blessing, ready for the opportunity, ready for the relationship, ready for the elevation, ready for the influence, ready for the abundance, ready for the revelation, ready for the moment others said would never come. You may have believed their words for a time. You may have internalized their doubts. You may have absorbed their negativity. But God's declaration is breaking it all off you. This is the season where God silences every voice that ever told you never. Never is a human word. Purpose is a heaven word. And heaven always wins. You will have what they said you'd never have, not out of spite, but out of divine intention. Some said you'd never recover, but you are recovering. Some said you'd never rise, but you are rising. Some said you'd never be stable, but stability is coming. Some said you'd never be chosen, but God is choosing you. Some said you'd never break the cycle, but the cycle is breaking under your feet. Some said you'd never prosper, but prosperity is being released. Some said you'd never heal, but healing has already begun. You are walking into a season where every never spoken over you becomes a testimony of God's power. Pray this with your heart. God, I receive what you are giving. I release every limitation spoken over me. I break agreement with every word that contradicted your promise. I trust your timing, your plan, and your purpose. Give me what they said I'd never have, not for my glory, but for yours. And as you pray, expect movement, expect shift, expect acceleration, expect favor, expect opportunity, expect divine alignment, expect restoration, expect breakthrough. Because when God says he is about to give you what they said you'd never have, everything in your life begins to reorganize around that word. Walk boldly, walk confidently, walk expectantly, walk as someone who is about to receive what heaven has ordained and earth could not deny. Because God said, I'm about to give you what they said you'd never have. And when God decides to give, no one can block, stop, limit, or reverse what is coming to you.